Welcome students. In previous lectures we are studying the second natural product, that is alkaloid. Here we are proceeding further. Now reductive degradation. Here one of the degradation method. In some cases the ring is opened by heating with concentrated HI at 573 Kelvin. For example, pyridine, it is reduced to piperidine and heating with HI. This is a pyridine to saturated to piperidine and treatment with HI at 573 degrees. The ammonia is evolved, giving the 5-member carbon open chain compound, indicating the starting compound is of 6-member and nitrogen is the part of the ring. Another method is zinc dust distillation. The distillation of alkaloid over hot zinc dust degrade it to a stable aromatic derivative whose identification help to detect the carbon framework of alkaloid molecule. Many times it is also bring about the dehydrogenation and removal of oxygen atom if present. For example, conine is taken on zinc distillation. This is conirine is formed, and then it indicates that the distillation of alkaloid, that is ring, is of 6-member. Okay. Then alkali fusion with KOH, for example, adrenaline on alkali fusion gives the compound protocatechoic acid is formed. Okay, that is a simple product, and by this product we can identify or conclude the structure of adrenaline. The information from oxidation, that is oxidative studies. These studies are valuable to draw the basic information about the structure of alkaloid. In many cases, they reveal the nature and position of side chain functional groups. Now, different products are obtained by using oxidizing agents of varying strength, and the information collected in each of these reactions is used to arrive at the suitable structure of the compound. Now, the commonly used oxidizing agent for mild oxidation: hydrogen peroxide, ozone, iodine in ethanoic solution, or alkaline ferrous cyanide. These reagents are used for mild oxidation. Then for moderate oxidation, these agents, that is acidic or alkaline potassium permanganate or chromium trioxide in acetic acid, are used. For strong oxidation, the strong oxidizing agents like potassium dichromate or potassium permanganate in sulfuric acid, concentrated nitric acid are used. However, the choice of the oxidizing agent depends on the nature of alkaloid under test. Okay. Now, the dehydrogenation. In this method, alkaloid distilled with a catalyst such as selenium, barium to form simple products which give the clue for structure determination. But during this dehydrogenation, peripheral groups such as hydroxy and C-methyl are lost, and therefore care should be taken. Physical methods now. The physical methods are rapid and sensitive, okay, and they give the correct information about the structure. Thus, the IR spectra studies are useful in identifying the functional group present in a compound. UV spectra are helpful to indicate the likely type of the structure present. X-ray studies are used to select the unique structure from the group of possible alternative structures, and NMR spectra help to detect the nature of heterocyclic ring and functional group. While mass spectroscopy is useful to detect the type of nucleus, its size and structure of the side chain. These are the physical methods used to determine the structure of alkaloids. Now, finally, the synthesis. The structure proposed by analytical method is confirmed by carrying out its synthesis from known compounds. The known compounds are used for the synthesis, and the compound which is obtained from the analytical evidence is synthesized. The last point of the topic is the study of alkaloid nicotine. It is a tobacco alkaloid. Its structural name is N-methyl 2-beta pyridyl pyrrolidine. It is a principal alkaloid of tobacco, and it is found as a citric or malic acid salts. The dry leaves of tobacco contains 0.6 to 8% of nicotine depending upon the variety. Okay. When freshly prepared, it is a colorless oily liquid having boiling point 519 Kelvin. While on exposure to air, it turns brown due to oxidation. It has tobacco-like odor and burning alkaline taste. It is soluble in water and organic solvent. In free form, it is a levorotatory. The rotation is given, but its salts are dextrorotatory. It is extremely poisonous. A dose of 50 mg is enough to kill a man within few seconds. Therefore, tobacco is poisonous to our health. It paralyzes the nervous system, including respiratory control centers. Okay. Now, the constitution of nicotine. The constitution involves analytical evidences where the structure is determined by these evidences. The first point is molecular formula. The molecular formula of nicotine is found to be C10, H14 and 2 nitrogen atom, that is N2. Now, as it is a basic, with hydrochloric acid it forms a crystalline salt, nicotine dihydrochloride, indicating that it is a diacid base. Okay. It contains nitrogen. Now, it cannot be acylated or benzoylated, but with methyl iodide, it gives dimethyl derivative, and so it indicates that nitrogen in alkaloid is a tertiary in nature, that is, in nicotine is tertiary in nature, and therefore nicotine is a ditertiary base. This is the reaction. This is dimethyl iodide, 2 molecules of methyl iodide for 2 nitrogen atom, each for 1, giving methyl derivative indicating tertiary in nature. This is important. Okay. Then on oxidation, yes, we have seen general study, that is oxidation gives the compound from which we can conclude the structure of original alkaloid. Oxidation study. Oxidation of nicotine with chromic acid or nitric acid gives a known compound known as beta carboxylic, that is, it is a pyridine beta carboxylic acid, also called as nicotinic acid. Okay. To this is a pyridine nucleus, and to this 3 position or beta position to the nitrogen atom, the carboxylic group is present. Okay. And there, this is the product nicotinic acid indicates that the nicotine has pyridine-like nucleus with its structure C5H4N. These are C5, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and this is nitrogen with 4 hydrogen with a side chain, having the molecular formula C5H10N attached at position 3 to the nitrogen atom. Okay. Now nature of side chain, yes, we have obtained the basic unit. Now we are going to study what is the side chain. Now complete reduction of nicotine requires only 3 molecules of hydrogen. Yes, in the basic unit, pyridine is there, 3 molecules, complete reduction, it means that side chain is saturated. There is no hydrogen atom required for the reduction of side chain, only reduction of the pyridine ring, and therefore side chain is saturated and it is also cyclic. Second point is, when nicotine is heated with hydrohydric acid at 473 to 573 Kelvin temperature, 1 molecule of methylamine is formed per molecule of nicotine, indicating the presence of only one N-methyl group. Yes, we have seen the presence of N-methyl group and number of N-methyl group. When methylamine is formed, there is a one N-methyl group is present, the clear-cut reaction. Okay. When nicotine zinc chloride salt is distilled, a mixture of pyridine, pyrrole and methylamine is formed. Okay. Here nicotine on zinc alcohol forms nicotine zinc chloride, and this salt when distilled gives pyridine, which is a basic unit we have seen, pyrrole-like structure, that is a 5-membered nucleus, and methylamine, this is a N-methyl group. Okay. The product suggests that side chain should be pyrrole derivative. Okay. But it is a saturated. Considering these facts, the side chain is of saturated pyrrole, that is N-methyl pyrrolidine. Okay. But the point of attachment is not cleared. 3 position of pyridine ring is cleared. Therefore, to this 3 position, side chain is attached at 2 position to the nitrogen atom, or to this 3 position, side chain is attached at 3 position, and therefore 2 possible structures are there. Pioneer's work, scientist Pioneer in 1893 given the following proof for the structure of nicotine. Nicotine on treatment with first with bromine in acetic acid gives hydrobromide perbromide, C10H10Br2N2O HBr Br2, which on treatment with H2SO3 solution gives dibromocotinine, C10H10Br2N2O, which on further heating with a mixture of H2SO3 and H2SO4 at 130 to 140 degree forms 3 products. First is 3-acetylpyridine, second is oxalic acid, and third is methylamine. Thus the structure of nicotine must account for the following skeleton. Yes, this is a pyridine structure with 2 carbon atoms, that is a COCH3 acetyl group. This is a oxalic acid and N-methyl, that is a methylamine. Okay. Second, nicotine on treatment with bromine in presence of hydrobromic acid yields dibromoticonine, C10H8Br2N2O2. This product on heating with a solution of barium hydroxide at 100 degree centigrade forms a nicotinic acid, this is the first one, malonic acid and methylamine. Hence, any structure assigned to nicotine must also account for the following skeleton structure. This is a nicotinic acid, malonic acid, methylamine. Okay. In order to get the above products, the following must be the skeleton. Here, when with the 2 carbon atoms, okay, and then, okay, here, N-methyl group. With the 3 carbon atoms, and this is a nicotinic acid with N-methyl group. This means that we should have a continuous straight chain of carbon atoms starting from 3 or beta position in the pyridine nucleus in case of nicotine. Carrier proof, the final proof for the structure of nicotine. Carrier in 1926 gave a conclusive and direct evidence for the presence of N-methylpyrrolidine ring and its point of linkage. Now, nicotine on reaction with hydroiodic acid forms nicotine hydroiodide, which adds to methyl iodide to give nicotine isomethiodide. This salt on mild oxidation with potassium ferricyanide gives a ketone nicotone, which on further oxidation with chromic acid gives a known compound called as a hygrinic acid. The formation of hygrinic acid indicates the presence of N-methylpyrrolidine ring in the side chain, and the point of attachment is a 2, and all evidence is possible only when the nicotine has structure 1, and therefore structure 2 fails to give this type of evidence, and therefore this structure of nicotine is confirmed by its synthesis. First we will see the carrier proof. Okay, this is a first structure of nicotine. Here treatment with HI followed by treatment with methyl iodide, formation of nicotine methyl derivative, which on treatment with potassium ferricyanide in presence of alkali gives a ketone nicotone, which on oxidation with chromic acid gives hygrinic acid, and therefore the here oxidation takes place and the formation of hygrinic. Therefore the structure 1 must be the structure of nicotine. Synthesis of nicotine, we are going to study the Sugasawa synthesis. Okay, it involves the following step. The starting compound is nicotinic ester. We have seen the nicotinic acid. This is ester, ethyl ester of nicotinic acid. There is nicotinic ester. Treatment with diethyl succinate in presence of sodium ethoxide. The ethanol molecule is evolved and the formation of this compound, which on further treatment with HCl, the hydrolysis takes place and the diester is converted to dicarboxylic acid. This dicarboxylic acid on heating gives this product monocarboxylic acid, which on esterification with ethanol gives the ethyl ester. This is the treated with methylamine, forming the compound with elimination of water molecule. Now this compound is reduced in presence of hydrogen nickel powder and temperature is 413 to 423 Kelvin. Okay, the reduction takes place here. Okay, this bond is reduced. Okay, then cyclization takes place with elimination of C2H5O and this hydrogen, and thus cyclization takes place with the formation of this product, which on treatment with lithium aluminum hydroxide gives nicotine. Okay, the racemic mixture thus obtained is resolved by using dextrotartaric acid to get nicotine, that is the one isomer. Okay, thus the structure of nicotine is confirmed by its synthesis. With this, we have completed this topic. Thank you.